Good day, Fed Phoenix fam. So I've been thinking about something a lot lately, and I just wanted to make a little video and share with y'all. Maybe some of you are in the same thought process, or maybe this thought process that I'm having can benefit you. Either way, I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to watch and listen and be supportive. So, anyhow. So I've realized, I found myself the other day in my own thoughts, trying to justify remaining in situations and relationships of sort. And I'm not referring to romantic relationships, but just in general, that are really counterproductive and toxic. And then it really kind of went down this rabbit hole in my own thoughts about, noticing patterns of situations I find myself in and types of people I find myself associating with and how I associate with them that are counterproductive. I have a type romantically, and generally it's super counterproductive, in the big picture. And what's crazy is I know this, but yet I'm not doing the work to change it. I'm not doing the work to figure out what it is about my life experience and my thought process that makes me attracted to certain types of people and friendships and relationships, and why, when these things are clearly counterproductive, I continue to cling on to them. Like, this is just kind of my crap, my baggage. And I was thinking, it's unavoidable that I'm going to prison. It's unavoidable that I'm going to be removed from my loved ones for a period of a couple years. And so I'm not really into sulking on that. And I know my greatest difficulty in incarceration is going to be trying to live in the moment in prison without being so caught up in what's going on with my people on the outside. And that's just a battle that I'm going to have to take a day at a time, maybe sometimes a minute at a time. But I thought, as much as I hate that my bad decisions have created a circumstance that will remove me from the lives of my loved ones for a period of time, how much of a selfish thing would it be? How much of a self-inflicted injustice would it be? How inconsiderate would it be of me to go to prison for a couple of years and come home and be the same person I am today? I know there are a lot of things that I need to work out and sort out with myself, mentally, to change patterns of behavior that have been counterproductive in my life. I know that I need to proactively and aggressively get my health more under control. I know that, I just have a lot of growth and self-evaluation that really needs to happen, on levels of physically, socially, mentally, emotionally. And, being that this time out from life, this prison experience is inevitable, how horrible and selfish would it be, and how would it be for me to not use the opportunity of being in prison and that time away from life, that time out from life, to not develop and grow myself? You know what I mean? Like, I really have been giving a lot of thought to the point that I'm almost excited to go in, not only just to get this over with, because that's been a big lingering thing for a while, but because I'm determined to better myself. I'm determined to grow spiritually. I'm determined to come out and probably not the best health of my life. I'm never going to be in the type of health I was when I was a teenager in my early 20s, but dang close to it. I know that I'm going to lose a lot of weight from stress and just, dietary options, but I need to lose some weight and gain some muscle tone and stamina, because I have nothing greater to do with my time in there. And that's something that I want to come home and know that when I come home, I'm coming home the best version of myself that I can be at this point in my life. I want to know that the mother I'm returning to my children is a better mother than what was taken from them during my incarceration. I want to know that the friend I'm returning to my friends is a better friend than the friend that I was prior to incarceration. I want to be a better daughter. I want to be a better just person, in general. And I really am motivated for that. Like, I really have like a fire under me, kind of pushing me for that. And I'm ready to jump in head first and just get it. Like, I'm highly motivated to use this situation for growth and for self and betterment, I'm even going to try to see if there's some ways that I can work on my credit while I'm in there, because that's just a little part of my life that I have let go to shambles. And, I know it's a hot mess and I care to a degree, but not enough to really do nothing about. And it's time for me to start caring more about every aspect of my life that can strengthen or better me as a person. And as a daughter and a mother and a friend and all those things. And, the whole metaphor of the phoenix, the phoenix is destroyed by fire. But when the fire ends and the smoke subsides, what's left in the mythological tale is an egg inside the burnt carcass of the phoenix. And out of this egg hatches a new phoenix, a new life. But with all the knowledge and experience of the previous life, the previous, being, the previous existence. And, and it just kind of goes on eternally. And, I think in line with that metaphor, this is the point where I'm going to be kind of like in the egg, kind of a butterfly in a cocoon. And I really want to and intend to just kind of grab life by the horns and kind of really just take control back. One of the things that I know I'll struggle with, and a lot of people struggle with being incarcerated, is a lack of control over your life. But the thing is you're losing lack of control of things in the free world, and you're losing some lack of control over yourself. But you can use this opportunity to gain more control, to gain control over your health, get into an exercise regimen that is helpful to you and is growing you. You can gain control over negative or counterproductive thought patterns and habits in your life. I've struggled with being a cigarette smoker for a while. And, in the free world, sometimes a few days, sometimes a couple weeks, I managed to quit smoking. I always go back to it, But when I come home from prison, I'll have 2 years of being a non-smoker under my belt. There will be no more chemical aspect to my nicotine addiction. It will all be psychological. And I have 2 years to condition and prepare myself to face that when I come home and not be a cigarette smoker ever again in life. Like, do you know how freeing it would be for me financially and physically and mentally to be able to just break those chains and move on with my life and know that that's a part of my past? And it just is what it is. I'm a non-smoker. I want to be a non-smoker. I want to be stronger. I want to have more stamina. When my knee and back injections wear off, and my chronic pain returns, I want it to be more tolerable because I'm not as overweight and I have more muscle mass supporting my spine and my knees. And, and I want to be a person who doesn't have to second guess themselves all the time when it comes to friendships and relationships and things. Wondering if I'm making bad choices or if I'm seeing things that are clearly red flags and just, if I'm being blindsided to them because that's comfortable for me. I want to be a person who assesses relationships and friendships and things from a logical, healthy perspective and proactively, makes decisions and acts in a way that is geared towards my self and betterment and my growth and my strengthening myself and my circle. And I'm just, today I thought about it, I'm just so motivated for all that. I'm so ready and I'm so motivated to really make some very serious fundamental changes to my life that are long overdue. And it's kind of like, I was rewatching Orange is the New Black the other day because God knows I've watched it. That, Wentworth Vis-a-Vis. Vis-a-Vis is my favorite prison series, by the way. But, a million times over. But I was really thinking about the part where Lolly, the crazy chick with the blonde hair, goes from being in like a medium max facility to a camp. And she's like, oh, this place is wonderful. This is amazing. And, reality really is perspective. If you have the perspective that your prison experience will be difficult and draining and will harm you psychologically, and you will come out in worse physical health and will rip apart your social structure. If that's your perspective, then that's going to be your reality. But I feel like if your perspective is that this is going to be a situation that allows you to grow and strengthen and better yourself, then I think that will be your reality. If that's your focus and that's your perspective is your reality. You know, when you see the crazy person on the corner talking about, you know, they're the second coming of whatever, you know, or the world is ending tomorrow, a lot of times they believe what they're saying. And their reality is what they are saying is true. So that's the world mentally that's the world they physically live in, because that's the world they mentally live in. But we can choose our perspective. And by choosing our perspective, we determine our own reality, you know. And the words of William Henley, I believe was his name, famous poet, you know, I'm the captain of my fate. I'm the master of my soul. And it's true. You know, don't feel like you're going to give up power being incarcerated. You're going to give up power over things in the outside world. But you can gain power and you can gain positive momentum for you and your self-growth. And you can come out a million times stronger, smarter, and better than you went in if you choose to do so. And I'm going to tell you that right now, I choose to do so. And I hope you do too. So we're going to get through this, whatever you're going through, especially if you're going through this same mess I am. You know, we're going to get through this because we have to. And, you know, your daily reminder that whatever you're going through is just a slice of your life, and you will get through it because you have to. And you know, carpe diem, seize the day. It is time, Phoenix fam, for all of us to really do some honest introspect and self-evaluation and see where we can grow and we can do better and be better, and to just fight for that with every fiber of our being. So that's my thoughts for the day. You know, your perspective is your reality. So have a perspective that benefits you. So with that, I wish you all well. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe, hit notifications if you'd like to see new content as it drops. As you all know, in a couple of weeks, I'll be going to prison for a couple years. And I will document my journey, you know, leading up to that. And then I'll continue on this channel to document my journey once I'm home or in the halfway house and through reentry and stuff. I definitely intend to make a short video with like a full body, you know, kind of mirror thing, whatever, to really kind of give y'all a visual, you know, before prison. And then I'll do when I come home of an after, especially because a lot of my goals for myself while incarcerated are fitness related, you know what I mean? And I'm super excited to come out of that egg, to come out of that cocoon better and stronger. And I'm equally as excited to share that with you. And I hope that that inspires you. And I hope that you can, you know, when you feel weak and overwhelmed, you know, feel free to borrow from my strength. Feel free to borrow from it, because I want for you what I want for myself. So good day. God bless. And I'll holler at y'all later.